Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. My name is Ann Kent. I'm a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and the owner of Peas and Happiness. And today I'm doing something a little bit different. Obviously, I'm not in my kitchen. I am in my office, which is where I spend most of my time creating the meal guides and seeing clients virtually. And today, at the end of the year, I would like to talk a little bit about goals and goal setting. This is definitely the time of year when there's a ton of push towards diets and new gym membership plans and just a lot of different good intentioned, healthy changes. And I just want to reflect on that for a moment with you all. If you have any reflections or have anything to add to the conversation, I would love for you to drop a comment and tell me what you are thinking about or what you're reflecting on this year. It's obviously been a little bit of a different year for all of us, an unexpected year. And going into 2021, we're looking forward to a lot of hope, but there's also, going to be some it'll still be a different year in many ways too. So, the first thing I want to talk about is when we talk about goals and goal setting and change, I want to talk about the fact that change isn't linear. And this is something that I talk a lot about with my clients, but also in the Peas and Happy community about how, every day we need to make a decision to make a different change. And oftentimes when we make changes, we expect to see specific results, sort of a cause and effect, which is what you often expect in an algorithm or in a math equation. But change is different. Change is not linear, meaning that you will go up and down and forward and backwards, and that is really normal. And I think sometimes our society and a lot of these, diets and gym memberships and everything, they teach us that change should be linear and that you're failing if you're not going forward. But I just want to encourage you all that that's not actually true. And it is normal to fall off track or fall off the horse and get back up. And the most successful thing you can do is not to worry about if you are doing everything perfectly, but is to practice getting back on track. So change is an iterative process, and the word iterative refers to repetition. And so as you're making changes, whether it's in health or with relationships or in school and you're learning something, whatever it is, the way it works is that you try something, you see how it goes, you take what works from that experience and discard what doesn't work, and then you try it again using what you've learned. So that's what's referred to as an iterative process, where you're constantly changing and repeating and using the knowledge that you gained before. So this year, instead of setting a specific goal, which I want to do, I love setting goals for myself and love lists and all of these things, but I went on a walk with a friend a week or two ago, and she brought up this idea of shedding and keeping, which I thought was such a perfectly beautiful way to describe this iterative process and how change really works. And so instead of simply setting a goal, which is really black and white, which indicates that you may reach your goal or you may not reach your goal, I'm focusing instead on this idea of shedding and keeping. Shedding the things that are not working for me and keeping the things that are. Shedding the habits that are not serving me and keeping the habits that are. So that's what I would encourage you to think about. The other thing that I was recently challenged with is the idea of setting an intention for the year. And so instead, again, of setting a specific goal, of setting a specific word that I'm able to come back to, and then reflect on what I need to shed and what I need to keep to get closer to that goal. Now, with this, I want to give you all an opportunity to join me in this process. And whether that is in the kitchen or whether it's in a specific healthy habit that you're trying to change, I would love for you to join in this community that we have going on. And there's a few ways that you can do that. Next Tuesday, instead of a Facebook Live, I'm actually hosting a free meal planning workshop. That will be held at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. I'm going to give you the tools that I use and walk you through my process. And you'll see these similar themes of this idea of shedding and keeping come up in all of these things that I'm doing. And so, meal planning is a really good example. Eating healthy is a really good example of how to implement this change. That the first time you plan menus for your family, things will work and some things will not work. And my process may look slightly different than yours, and that does not mean that one of us is right or wrong. But I'm going to share with you what I do and how I approach this, and then also what I do during the week when things aren't going great and all of a sudden I'm forced to change this beautiful plan that I had, because that is what is normal. I think that the only consistent thing in behavior change is that things change all the time. So I just want you to know that it's normal and important and okay for you to get off track, and the best thing you can do is to focus and learn how to get back on track. So that is my invitation to you. And that is the thing that I will leave you with, is an encouragement to reflect not only on a goal, but on an intention, and to think about the things in your life, in your habits, in your daily practice, the things that you want to keep and the things that you want to shed, and then try it out, see how it goes, and then do it again in a week or two. And then if you can, join us next week when I will be teaching that live class and showing you again how I go about meal planning, how I go about this process of shedding and keeping in my week, and I will be there to answer any of your questions. So if you have hated meal planning, if you like it or like the idea of it but are not sure how to implement it, I would love to teach you some of those processes. Bring your frustrations, and that's what I will be there to do. So if you have any reflections, if you have an intention for this year that you would like to set and you'd like to share that, I would invite you to drop a comment and let me know what that is. And in the meantime, I will be in touch again soon and look forward to seeing you all next week. If you would like to join me, the link to register is in the description. Make sure you register so that you can get all the information, the Zoom link, and also the recording after it is done. So thanks all for being here. Happy New Year, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.